Hey there, Libra. How's it going? Hopefully everything's going good with you here. Welcome to your week of February 28th, 2022 reading. We're looking at your energy coming into this week. We got the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Pentacles here. All right. So a lot of hard work in your future, or currently at least. A lot of self-discipline too, I feel, because you got your dreams on your mind here. I feel like you're really goal-oriented at this time, really working hard for sure, working hard on your craft, whatever that might be, whether that's, your job or something like that, or just something you feel like you need to develop in order to accomplish your goals here. And with that 8 of Swords, I feel like you're being very disciplined at this time, a lot of restrictions here, making sure you're not doing anything you're not supposed to, anything that would kind of deviate from the plan at this time, which is beautiful. So I'm liking that. Let's look at some clarifiers for that. See what we got here for you, Libra. All right. What do we have for our Libras? We got the 5 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles here. All right. Nice. Okay, 5 of Wands, definitely some improvements here for sure. You look at the 5 of Wands, a lot of people look at the 5 of Wands as a card of conflict, rivalries, things of that nature here. With the 5 of Wands, though, in this particular situation, I'm seeing this as a card of self-improvement, right? You're looking at these people, and they are fighting, that's for sure, but they could be training here, trying to improve their skills, trying to improve themselves in a fight, when things get chaotic, right? Trying to, prepare for a situation like that. So I feel like that's definitely what's on your mind right now. I feel like there's a lot of self-improvement here in your future, which looks really good. I feel like you're working hard for that. With that Ace and 9 of Pentacles, that's really good too. That's a chef's kiss for sure. That's for sure, because that is really the energy of, I'm going to grow something. I'm going to cultivate something. I'm going to build something of real value here in my life. And I'm going to trust the process. It's going to take as long as it takes, but I'm here sticking to the plan, which is beautiful, Libra. Let's look at some challenges you might be facing, though. See what might be happening there, all right? What do we have for our Libras? We got the 2 of Pentacles here, the Ace of Wands, and the 3 of Wands. Okay. All right. So, could be you're kind of stuck here for a little bit. Could be a little bit of stagnation. Hello, Spike, shaking the table. Could be a bit of stagnation here for sure. With the 2 of Pentacles here, it does represent sort of a holding pattern, sort of not being able to move forward, not falling back either, but you can't make any progress forward. With the Ace of Wands, I feel like you got a lot of energy. Like, you definitely want to move forward, like, for sure. Like, it's there. The growth is there. The ability to move forward is there. But it's definitely a test of your patience, too, with that 3 of Wands. So you just got to kind of hold out here. It seems like you're not going to be making any progress this week. That's okay. That happens. Like, we don't always can make leaps and bounds and going forward for our dreams all the time. Sometimes you got to take some time. You got to, manage the little stuff, right? So let's look at some clarifiers. See if we can get a little more detail on this. See if we can get a little more clarification for your challenges here. Then we'll move into your outcome cards. We got the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, and the 8 of Swords again. Yeah, you're really gonna have to be working on your discipline for sure. That's gonna be tested. You might end up having a bit of a play day this week because we got the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords here, and that might mean that your maturity is being put to the test this week. Whether you can stick with this or not, because the kings and queens often are people who definitely are people who are respected, who they hold up their end of the bargain. They're royalty. They hold themselves to a certain standard, right? And you're trying to hold yourself to a standard here with that 8 of Swords. Like, you're trying to be disciplined. But this week it might be a test to that, because it feels like you want to just kind of move forward, and maybe you're going to try and force things. Maybe you're going to try and rush ahead or what have you. Maybe you're going to be really tempted to do something like it's kind of out of character, and if you just hold pat instead, you'll be okay here. So just be wary of that. With the King of Swords here, could be something to do with, I think the King of Swords is here to remind you that these are the facts, and if you do something reckless and crazy, you can't take that back, right? He's going to remind you of that for sure. And with the Queen of Cups, she definitely wants you not to do something you would regret. You would regret later, for sure. She wants you to remind you that, you know, your actions do have consequences for sure, but they also, like, aside from like the physical, like, you know, if you know, spend all your money this week, like blow your paycheck on, like, you know, takeout and, you know, video games or whatever, like whatever you like to do in your free time, not only does that take a toll on you in like the financial short term and things like that, but that also kind of takes a toll on you emotionally as well, right? Because you end up, you know, one of a couple of things could happen there, because you might be thinking, oh, well, I survived and everything worked out, I can afford to do that over and over again. And then you kind of get stuck in a weird pattern where you're kind of always, you know, not being disciplined, and you're always going out there and spending when you shouldn't be spending, when if you went with what the King of Swords said and said, save your money or don't take those risks or whatever, you would be moving along much quicker. So you might get into that kind of a habit, or you might go the other way where it's like things didn't work out, and then you're like, oh, why was I so stupid? Why did I do that? Oh, you know, and you're really beating yourself up about it. And that also takes a negative emotional toll on you. So be aware of that this week for sure. So let's look at some outcome cards for you. Before we do though, thank you so much for being here. Hope this is helping you out. Hope this is resonating with you here, Libra. If it is, you can hit that like button down below. Give me a little boop, a little thumbs up. Helps out a ton. Helps out the channel a bunch. You can also subscribe as well if you really like what I do here, so you can find me every week over in your subscriptions, and that way you don't have to come stumble upon me randomly. You can just keep coming back for more, baby. So let's take a look at your outcome cards. We got the Four of Swords, the Death card, and the Knight of Cups here. Looking good here with this. I always love seeing the Knight of Cups and the Death card come out, because they're always so future focused, right? They're going from left to right. They're making progress for sure, which is really beautiful here, just on that look alone. With these two as well, it's kind of just a grim look here. It's almost as if these two are kind of like a carriage carrying like a hearse along here almost. Just like, I don't know, it's a weird observation to see here. Not trying to scare you or nothing, but just a weird little thing I just kind of noticed. But yeah, with the Four of Swords, the Death card, and the Knight of Cups, the Death card representing Scorpio. So you may have Scorpio in your chart. If you do, that's really good. It means you're coming in a strong way. And even if you don't, it's still a good card though. But you may be dealing with a Scorpio this week too, especially with that Queen of Cups back here, because the Queen of Cups represents all the water signs, so Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, of course. But here with these three cards, we're looking at you really moving forward in a good way here. Like you can see here with the Death card, it's moving forward. With the Knight of Cups, we're moving forward here. And both of them are about, well, the Death card is about cycles and changes, and the Knight of Cups is about pursuing your dreams, which is what this Ten of Cups is back here, what's on your mind, like we were talking about. Pursuing them, you have to cross this river, right? And that's kind of a cycle that needs to kind of break. Is like this horse and rider kind of looks hesitant to cross the river. And when that cycle comes to an end, they're going to cross it and find everything they're looking for back here, which is super beautiful here. With the Four of Swords, I feel like this is a good time for you, because I feel like you're blessed at this time. You can see this here, this stained glass window is sort of blessing this person that's laying here. And, you know, they're being blessed at this time, which I feel is you. You're being blessed at this time, things moving forward for you in a good way. I feel like this is a really good time for you, Libra, for sure here. I feel like you're ending some cycles, pursuing your dreams, going after what you want, and that can be quite liberating. So I feel like that's going to be something really good for you, Libra. So let's take a look at your outcome clarifiers, and then we'll tie this all up with an oracle card at the end. See what we got for your message. All right, what do we have for our Geminis, our Libras? We got the Two of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, that's weird, and the Lovers. All right, that's weird. I said Gemini. The Lovers card is Gemini's card, so that's really weird that I said that. So you may have Gemini in your chart. If you do, it means you're coming in a strong way for sure. Maybe you want to go give Gemini's reading a check after this. Now that that's kind of popped up here like that. That's weird that I mentioned that and then it came to pass. Weird. But here we are, the Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Lovers here. For some of you, you may be heading for love. I feel like that might be something that's on the horizon. Maybe that's your dream. You're finding your dream spouse, dream partner, which I think is really awesome if that's what you're looking for. If not, still the Lovers card is a card of happiness. It's a card of good coming in here. Soulmate connection, so connecting with people in a significant way, which is beautiful as well. The Two of Pentacles here, we're talking about choices. Are you going to choose to cross the river, or are you going to stay back on the other side with the rest of us here? Or are you going to pursue your dreams here, Libra? What is your choice? All right. And the Two of Pentacles has repeated as well. So I feel like not only are you making this choice, if you do choose whatever you choose, it's going to be something you're going to be able to maintain for a long time to come here. But I feel like you got victory in your eyes with that Five of Swords. You're really going for it here. So we're going to take a look at your Oracle message. I'm going to actually hit you up with not just a regular Oracle message, but I'm going to hit you up with a relationship one as well here. Means we got a little tinge of love here at the end. All right. Special little bonus for you, Libra. All right. So let's take a look and see what we got. We got the Thinker here, number 44. Let's take a look and see. All right. Here we go. We'll take a look at your regular message first, and then we'll look at your relationship message after that. So let's get into this. The Thinker. The ability to reason and strategize is the focus now. Take things at face value and follow the logical path. Your calculations will prove to be correct, for in this moment there is no deeper meaning than what is obvious. Things are exactly as they seem. You have all the information you need. Keep it simple, and you will win the game of life you're playing right now. And that's beautiful, because we were talking about that with that King of Swords back here, doing the facts, going by that, right? I feel like that's the thing you really need to do. You need to be mature like the King of Swords and go by the facts rather than going by, you know, the seat of your pants and succumbing to temptation, all right? Now let's look at this relationship message here that popped up at the end. Love is not logical, but when you choose a partner, it is a good thing. It's good to have things in common other than desire. This is a time to weigh the pros and cons of your partnership. If there is enough common ground, go for it. If not, there are other fish in the sea. Don't force it to work, and should others tell you who they are, take them at their word. Now is not the time to indulge in fantasy. No matter what, in this case, the facts are the facts. So that's looking good. I feel like you're going to find someone, and like if it works, it works, and if it don't, it don't. And don't try to make it be more than it is, right? I've been in relationships like that. I have seen people be in relationships like that. It's never pretty, and it never ends up being something long-term, right? So I personally would rather have a short-term relationship with someone, realize it's not going to work, and then move on, rather than try to make something work that doesn't really work, that is, you know, really, you can tell there's an end coming and there's nothing saving it, right? But you're desperately, you know, clinging on to it because you don't want to be alone, or you don't want to be single or whatever, right? So I hope that's helped you out. Hope that resonated with you, Libra. If you want to help out the channel, like I say, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you like what I do here. You want to stick around, see what I got going on. You can, of course, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too after this one. And I'll see you next time.